Okay. Are we live? That's the question. Are we live? That's the question. Are we live? I think we're live. We are live. Mr. Knox. Good morning, Mr. Knox. We are indeed live, but I do have music on. And as far as I'm aware, you can't hear the music, so I'll have to figure that one out. Well, I've got... How long do I have until open? 8 minutes. I've got 8 minutes to figure out if I can get this music to play. I mean, I can just... Let's see if I just disconnect it from my headphones, because it's playing into my headphones, but I don't know how it's going to sound through the mic. But let's try this out. How does that sound on stream? If I play that music, can you even hear it? Let me go on my phone. I can watch my own live stream. How does that sound on stream? If I play that music, can you even hear it? Oh, that doesn't sound too bad. I can watch my own take these headphones out now as well. Okay. Now let's actually do some charting. I'm going to try and do as much as I can on the... Where's my chat just gone? There it is. Right, can I move that chat? This is all... It's all coming back to me slowly. Can I move the chat there? Can I move the chat onto here? No. Okay. I can move it there. Okay, let's have it there. And then let me load up my Topstep and Bullinox accounts. There's Topstep accounts, and there's the Bullinox accounts. They're going to be off the main screen. I can drag them over. If I do this, I can drag my Bullinox ons to show like any actual trades that I'm in. But just for simplicity's sake and showing what I'm actually seeing, since I do most of my markups on TradingView, I'm going to do my stream from TradingView obviously, and then I'll just drag Project X across when it's actually of some use. But what do we have today? We've got equal lows. That's one thing I'm seeing straight away. I'll start on the 15-minute chart, and then I'll drop down onto the 1 minute, and then the 1 minute will be what I stay on for the majority of the stream. And then I will have my other monitor just kind of sitting on. That's what I'm looking at when I'm looking over here. I've got my monitor on my left, my laptop in the middle, and then the actual stream monitor on my right. So my one on my left is probably going to give me my higher time frame kind of chart, which actually isn't overlapping with... Ah, that's why. Okay. That's why. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So I'll have this one on my left as my higher time frame chart. Once I've done like my actual analysis on the 15-minute chart, just in case anything develops, like any 15-minute fair value gaps or anything. God, this feels so weird being back streaming. Where's my chat gone? I've lost my chat. Also, how's the stream quality? There's my chat. I'll be back, brother. Go get him. Okay, Mr. Knox, no worries. Mr. Lang. Oh, all the boys are back. We're all back. It's like nothing ever happened. I keep losing my chat whenever I don't. Okay, I have to click off and then I can click. Okay, that's fine. That makes sense. What happens if I click? This is such a like a random little work in progress. I'm also trying to. I've got YouTube's audio library up just to play some sort of music that's not going to get me like copyrighted. So yeah, we'll have to just this music will be like a work in progress. But yeah, let me know if everything's actually, as far as the stream is going, if everything is okay and like good quality, good sound, all that stuff, just so I know. MNQ, NQ, okay. This is my first session back since Friday. I think, well, Friday I kind of was a little bit, I was there for a little bit, just in the Discord, but not actually properly paying attention. Whereas today I'll be locked in, boys. That seems a little bit too loud. Let's turn that down a little bit. The music. Okay, so we have that 15-minute Fev Gap we're reacting off right now. Body staying at the midpoint and likely drawing down to those equal lows. Not really. We do have Asia liquidity down there, which is actually equal lows there. So that's a nice little draw. And then let me toggle my new week opening gaps and all that stuff. Okay. What's the hourly chart look like? Oh god, I've got to like rush my setup today. We have expanded overnight. So, and took all-time highs, like, not to mention that, Jesus. Swiped them all-time highs overnight, so we'll see. I would have wanted to target them all-time highs in this AM session, to be honest, but obviously that's not happened. Where did we close? We closed, well, I mean, we'll have gapped up, but by how much? Okay, literally closed right. I'll just put a white line there to denote where we closed. So what's that, 740.5? Oh, okay, so about 130 point opening range gap. So we'll have midpoint of the gap to target. That'll be around here as well. And we will likely... I'm not sure about any sort of funded trades today. I need to take this off my wrist as well because it's annoying where it is, where it's sitting. But my kind of idea for these streams, as far as like actual trading, is I kind of want to focus on the first presented fair value gap, just since that is something that offers something a bit more consistently for me personally. Like the 2022 model is great, and I love the 2022 model. But it's not very entertaining to watch me sit and trade a 2022 model. I feel, well, obviously it is when it happens, but I don't typically get that many setups with it. At least not at the moment. I'm kind of more drawn to the first presented fair value gap. So we're going to have a play around with that more so on these streams. And then that'll be to pass, that's the strategy I'll basically use to pass my Bullinox account. And then obviously once our Bullinox account's passed, then we can start going for the funded payouts on the Bullinox account. So that'll be fun. But we are open, and the music has stopped. I think it's just that's just a long delay between songs. Yeah, it is. Morning, Chad. Welcome, sir. Sup. There's some equal lows that I've just highlighted on the 15-minute chart. They were pretty obvious draw. Also London lows, and then we have Asia's low, which is which are relatively equal as well. So we got them. And we've got midpoint of the gap, and then we'll wait for first presented and see what that's gonna offer us. Where's New Week opening gap actually as well? Yeah, we have New Week opening gap down here, which hasn't been tapped into at all, so that could even be a potential draw for today. It's just the fact that we have no news. We'll see how much this wants to get down. Obviously, with it being at all-time highs, typically not the easiest thing to short, because it tends to just want to keep going higher and higher, but whenever I see relative equal lows, you boys know me, I'll target them relative equal lows. You boys know me. This is not labeled. Oh, it is. It's just not zoomed in enough. But yeah, this is looking like a nice target, the Asia low. I wasn't sure how it looks like it wants to displace pretty fast towards it. It's not even formed the first presented fair value gap yet, so likely this will be first presented, maybe. See how it wants to print. If it prints an up close, I'll extend it to the body. If it prints a down close, I'll extend it to the body. If not, kind of wouldn't be opposed to entering that straight away, to be honest. Stop loss is going to have to be pretty hefty though. 43-point stop. And for what? A 30-point... I guess if I targeted the New Week opening gap, but that's kind of best case scenario. But that is first presented. And what if I just clicked on? What did I just click? Did I click a tab? What was I on? What have I just done? All my drawings have... Oh, I clicked that. All my drawings just got hidden. That's why. Anyway, that's first presented. I'm going to swipe across to Bullinox and highlight that. I don't know if I want to enter this straight away. Typically what I do with these first presented is I wait for a reaction off of them and then drop down into the 15-second chart and then take a fair value gap off that. Once I see the reaction, if that makes sense. It'll be easier for me to show once the trade actually happens. I can break it down a bit easier. But I also like the idea of that because it's going to give me a tighter stop loss trading off that 15-second chart. I mean, there's the tag on the first presented. So we'll see now. I'm just going to get rid of them buy and sell buttons because they're in the way. We'll see now if it wants to displace away. Okay. Has displaced away. I'm currently looking at the 15-second chart on Project X just because I can. And I'm about to enter... Yeah, okay. I'm just going to throw one order in there on that, but the stop loss is a bit hefty. But that trade looks something like this. Something like that, I'm not sure exactly. And my stop loss is about, what's my stop loss, 850? 850.25, yeah, it's up there. But again, these 15-second ones are a work in progress, really. To say the least. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to target, yeah. Yeah, it's barely even a 1-to-1. But we'll take the little scalp, we'll take it. Oh, that's not even where my stop loss is. My stop loss is at the high of this candle. my entry was actually 8:21 because I had to wait for the 15-second fair value gap, so that's actually the trade. But again, this is just messing around with this 15-second first presented fair value gap stuff. That's definitely way too high of a stop loss, but we'll see how it goes. All-time highs already got, yeah, I've seen that, Chad. All-time highs already swept. See, okay, that looks more like what I want to see. I'm just going to take that tool off just because I want to actually pay attention. Okay, there's the midpoint reaction. I want to see the bodies stay below that yellow line. If it doesn't stay below that yellow line, I'm likely wrong. We have swept this liquidity and we're at our all-time highs. I did say this, that it's difficult to short all-time highs. But when we have midpoint of the opening range gap and equal lows from Asia, so like equal lows combined with session liquidity, I don't mind shorting towards that at all. I need to up the brightness on my monitors. I think if this closes, this is basically watching me kind of develop a model. This model that I'm using right now for this Bullnox account, I don't have rules for it, so it's kind of still work in progress. You see, I don't like that. I'm gonna close. Do I close? I'm going to close just because I don't like that the body closed in the upper half of that. So let's reassess. This account is in profit, by the way. It's been a work in progress. Where's my music gone? There it is. So I'll close that for a small loss. Now I'm looking to get back in on this fair gap that's just formed on the 15-second chart. What's the high of that? 83350. Okay. So entry at 83350. And then we'll put the stop loss at that high that's formed. Or one tick above it. So one tick above this high. And what's that sell side liquidity? 80250. Okay, yeah, I like that trade better. It's like move this across the way or something, just so it's not in my face. kind of like a 2022 model. Like this model I'm trying to figure out. It's kind of like, oh, I think what it's not what it's kind of like. I think it's what it's going to end up being. It's kind of like looking for a 30-second, 15-second 2022 setup off of the first presented fair value gap. Because like that, the first trade wasn't that. It was just kind of me throwing an order in there. Probably because I'm streaming, and probably because I don't have a model. Well, I don't have this model doesn't have a laid out plan yet. But I think that's what it is going to end up being. It's going to be like a 2022 model combined with first presented fair value gap towards an already determined draw on liquidity, which in this case is relative equal lows left behind from Asia, and opening range gap midpoint. The only thing, like, all that sounds fine, I just don't know about the stop loss placement. Like, I don't know if it's valid to have my stop loss where it is, because it's based off something on a 15-second chart. Like, there's no real structure there on the 1 minute that would say that this high is protected. Or, well, not protected, but a high probability stop loss placement. But on the 15-second chart, it is. Like, if I... Let me pull my 15-second chart across for you. From Project X. So this is what the 15-second chart is looking like. Maybe I should pull it across on stream more often. Seems like the trade just decided to plan out as soon as I put it on stream. Here comes Asia lows. But yeah, you see how that first trade I will have entered, like around here actually. That first trade was around there. That wasn't really a 2022 model. I'm tempted to go break even. No, we'll let it play out because I want to make sure I get that. Yeah, this first setup here wouldn't have been 2022 model like esque, but that absolutely, that's a 2022 model just on the 15-second chart. And I mean, so far that's the trade that's played out. Obviously not to jinx anything. Right now I'm watching this fair value gap here just to kind of. I need to set up all my templates on Project X for my Bullnox accounts. I have it on my Top Step ones, but not this one. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at on the 15-second chart. Just drag that back across here. Oh, my quality's all gone all weird. Why has it done that? Oh, there we go. Oh, no, still weird. See, and now that's back up to... Okay, well, that was midpoint of the gap, actually, so... Potentially should have taken that off there, but I'm fairly confident we'll get this... these equal lows. It would make sense. Is that volume imbalance? Yeah, it is. My Bullnox, let me refresh the page. My Bullnox account's gone all weird, like the quality of my thing. There we go, now it's fixed. I just need to refresh the chart. My music has also stopped. Why have you stopped? I have to like go onto my YouTube Studio like audio library every time I want to the next song to play, which is annoying. They are watching you. The market makers. Still looks good. So what I mean, I was worried about moving to break even. I'd be very worried if I had moved to... I haven't, but if I had moved to break even, wouldn't have been stopped out yet, but I would have got... It would have gotten pretty close. Break even would have been... If I had moved to break even would have been about there. This green line. That would have been a break even stop, so... That's a pretty aggressive break even. So like I think because this is like a 15-second chart model, moving to break even when I would normally move to break even based off like a regular 1 minute or like 5 minute 2022. Moving to break even as soon as I normally would on that. Also, look at that reaction from the midpoint of that fair value gap. God damn. Yeah, the normal stop loss to move to break even might not be sufficient. I might have to just kind of keep the stop where it is when I enter and just not move it. Like either stop loss gets hit and I lose, or take profit gets hit and I win. No break even move. Looks like it's going to tag us. And... oh, teases me. Stopping right at the midpoint. See that body? Stopping right at the midpoint of the opening range gap. Okay, now I am thinking about moving to break even, because if it's going to reverse from there... don't like that. I'm going to jam my stop loss up behind a 15-second fair value gap. I'm going to put it at the high that we just formed on the 1 minute, actually. Because, yeah, I don't want that to come back up from there. That shouldn't stall too much. So my stop loss is in profit. It's above this, just above this high. Because, like, we shouldn't take that high out if we are going for those lows. Just tap the bottom of that fair value gap again. Okay, now it should fill me. And my music stopped again. Oh, this is teasing me. It's literally my take profit is right at this sell side liquidity. Oh, there we go. Okay. Order filled. So first trade was a stinker, but that second, I think that first trade was, it's me not knowing my model as far as this, like I said, as far as this 15-second first presented fair value gap thing I've been trying out for a while now. As far as it goes, like I don't have a specific model for it, like laid out rules. And the fact that like this is my first stream back, I'm clearly feeling a need to perform. So like that first trade, pretty like annoyed at that first trade, but we made money on the day. I won't take any more trades now, so I'll just watch and kind of take read. Let me actually read the chat. Was anyone said anything? Sani Halwa. Sorry if I butchered your name. How to draw a box with a midpoint line. So if you select your rectangle tool, Sani, and then you draw a rectangle, if you double click onto that to go into the settings, then click on style, you have this option for the middle line here. So you can just tick that or untick it, and then I can choose what color, and if I want it to be a dotted line, a solid line, a dashed line, how thick I want it to be, all that obviously, all that normal customization stuff and color and everything. But yeah, it's just this tick box here. And then I just have it as a template. I have loads of templates for my, as far as my fair value gaps go. Like I have a first presented one, so that's a template that'll label it first presented and extend it to the right. I have breakers in here, which I don't really use. I have a 15-minute fair value gap, which is the same, it's just a different color. I have my 15-minute fair value gaps in green. I've got daily fair value gap template. I have inversion fair value gap template. It's all just colors, to be honest, but yeah, all those templates are there. So, but yeah, just tick the box for the middle line. Sorry it took me so long to answer the question as well. I can't see the chat like constantly. I have to click onto my middle monitor to even see the chat. Apart from that, it's hidden. Thank you for being natural and sincere. Aw, Hi from Istanbul. Oh, that's sick. I've been to Turkey once, not Istanbul. Where did I go? What did I go in Turkey? I went to Fethiye. Is that how you say it? Fethiye. I can't even remember what Turkey was like. Lots of fake stuff. Lots of fake designer clothes, which I did buy. As far as how far this stream is going to be on for, by the way, I'll probably hang around until 10:30 New York time. So another, what, 35 minutes? And then I'll head out. But, I mean, I'm probably not going to take any more trades on that account. That's like my one and done. Just looking for that short little move from first presented down to that sell side liquidity left behind from Asia. And now we're turning, so I don't know how comfortable I feel taking a funded trade on the stream yet. You might have to give me a give me a couple streams to get used to streaming again before I start taking XFA trades. Because that was just God, this is what you don't see when you see my YouTube videos. You don't see all this fucking pausing and mind going blank. But yeah, XFA trades, you might just have to give me a couple streams to get used to streaming, because that was just a Project X, like that was an eval trade, and I definitely felt extra pressure just for the fact that I'm streaming. So yeah. Hey Kai, can you show us how to draw the box with a preset? Yeah, sure, I'll show you how to set a template up. So obviously draw your box. Got all your stuff like however you want it to be. Every time you click the right click, every time you go into a template and you want it to appear like that, all you do is set it up how you want to set it up, and then click template down here. This little like drop down tab will appear. You won't have any preset templates, but then if you just click save as and then label it whatever you want to label it, and then click save, then it'll appear on here. So like, let me make one for example's sake. Let me change the color of it actually, so it's obvious that it's changing. Let's make it a black box. So if I do that, and then I want to have like a midpoint on it, I can set that template, save that as black box, save, and then now if I right click on this, hover over templates, you'll see a template from black box. So I swap that to a different one. Now if I right click and go into black box, now it's a black box. And now I'll delete that template because I don't have any use for a template called black box. Do we have any... Okay. See, the thing is about all-time highs is when you're at all-time highs, you want to wait for some sort of a pullback and then just buy. Because since we're all-time highs, what price will tend to do is it'll just keep going higher. I've just realised that my layouts aren't synced up from like my 15-second chart. Not my 15-second chart, my 15-minute chart and my 1-minute chart, which is weird. I don't know why it's doing that. And my music stopped again. I'm really going to have to figure this whole thing out for the audio library. There's got to be a setting that I can put on where it's just like automatically plays the next track. Nah, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out later. Yeah, what's happened? Chris, we took one trade from the first presented that wasn't, you can replay it, it was probably about 9.40 9:40. No, probably even less. Probably about 9:37. Let me go onto my... It was, yeah, but no, 9:35. So if you go back to about 9:35, Chris, you can see that first trade, which was just a bit aggressive, to be honest, and not the model that I'm trying to figure out with this 15-second first presented fair value gap stuff. Yeah, way too aggressive. Probably just took that because I felt the need to perform on stream. But right idea, right draw on liquidity and all that stuff, just wrong entry signal. And then through the next trade, which the next entry would have been at about 9:40, so that was the second trade I took, and the final trade I took. That was a winning one, caught and short from a 15-second fair value gap, off of first presented fair value gap, down to these equal lows left back from Asia. Yeah, so I basically have sussed out that I'm basically just going to be using a 2022 model with this first presented fair value gap. I'm going to combine it with a 2022 model, but just look for a 15-second or 30-second 2022 model to kind of bounce as a reaction from the first presented fair value gap towards relative equal highs, relative equal lows. I like that. That when I say that just sounds like something I do. Like it sounds like one of my models that like I would use. Nice, thanks. I just subscribed. Oh, I appreciate it. You're going to get big very soon. Bet a lot of ICT style YouTube. Oh, thanks so much. Hopefully. Andre Diaz, how long have you been trading for? I've been trading... I always forget. I've been trading since about August 2022. But that's not ICT trading, that was just like in general trading. ICT trading since March 2023, I want to say. So about 2.5 years trading ICT. About almost 3 years trading in total. I took the IFVG short after BNG failed to invert. After it failed? When did it fail? When did it fail, Mr. Knox? Oh, failed to invert. Right, never mind. Sorry, I read that wrong. Oh, yeah, so we had this probably a exact same trade. I will have taken that initial loss, and I will have got in around up here somewhere. Yeah, I got in this area here on the 15-second chart. Which it's annoying. I like keep having to drag my 15-second chart across just to show that it's like what it's doing. It didn't invert, yeah, got you. The stream is, I don't know how delayed the stream is. It's normal latency, so I think that might be like a 30-second delay. It might sound ridiculous, but I use UTC. It just feels cleaner or clearer for some reason. Oh, you mean the time zone? UTC time zone. I mean, if that's where if you're using UTC, well, I'm assuming you live like in that time zone. So if that's why, then that makes sense. The only reason I use New York time is because it's what ICT uses. So it just made sense for me to get used to using New York time. And like in the Discord, for example, we all, whenever we talk time, we're always talking New York time. It's just a simple like use New York time because that's what everyone uses. So then we don't have to debate what time zone you're talking about when you're saying like a specific time. Because obviously for traders in general, but definitely for ICT traders, time is a major element. So just makes sense to everyone use the same time zone. I took short at 9:40 candle, still holding it. 9:40 candle. Oh yeah, you'll got in around when I did then. Still holding. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. I bet you're sweating right now, Chad. This is kind of the tipping point for me, as it normally is, the first presented fair value gap. I mean, I like that reaction off the midpoint here, and then now we're rejecting, so possibly see lower. I mean, we have this new week opening gap all the way down here at the 750s, which would be a nice draw potentially. That's going to take a while to play out from the looks of it, though. It looks like we're getting some pretty consolidation-esque price action right now. We have Friday's PM first presented down there, so that's, I don't know, it's kind of a tricky spot right now. It could reverse, continue higher with the fact that we're all-time highs. I would not be surprised if it did that at all, but I mean, I got my trade, got in, got out. But I'm praying for your short, Chad. I'm praying for your short. Oh, you only have 2 days left to pass an eval, so going in. Yeah, okay. Did I miss anyone's message? I had the same short, looking for the BNG to go all the way for the longs. Yeah, well, we'll see what it wants to do. I don't want it to do that yet, Don Peaks, and I want it to go short for Chad. But I would, yeah, I would, if we break above it, retest it, something like this, break above it, retest it, and don't go below midpoint ideally. Could target, I mean, we have relative equal highs there and there potentially. We have that buy side liquidity that's there. We have the actual high of the overnight session. Yeah, a whole bunch of targets up there. Just need, it's just about when it's going to go there. Obviously it will go there because I don't really want to call a high on all-time highs. So it will go there. It's just a matter of when. When and how and when. No, not because where I live, but sudden drops sometimes occur in 11:58 UTC, etc. What would 11:58 UTC be? I mean, sudden drops will happen all the time. With the all Trump needs to do is sneeze. Oh, I have no idea what 11:58 New York time would be. Thoughts and prayers, Chad. Yeah, I would. That is kind of my thoughts as well. Like, I'm anticipating kind of consolidation right now, or lower. Like it's pausing so much at this first presented. You'd think, like you say, you'd think if it wanted to go up, it would have already broken above first presented, and it would be like retesting it by now, and then continuing higher. Doesn't make sense if it wants to go higher that it's pausing. Like the bodies are staying in the lower half of this first presented for value gap. So. Yeah, I would be leaning towards lower prices. One, because of that, and two, because Chad's in a short. And my music stopped again. God damn. I'm going to need to do some, if anyone has any recommendations, then please shout up. As far as, I'm completely clueless as to what is it. The only reason I'm playing this music is because I know it's safe, because it's on... Is it even safe? Wait a minute. I just realised I didn't have I can't even say that word. It's not copyright, basically. But it's not automatically playing one after the other, which is a bit annoying. Chad's in a short, so market has to go down, exactly. I wouldn't expect shit EPA though today, Chad, just because we have NFP on Thursday. I was about to say we have NFP on Friday, but Friday's whatever bank holiday Friday is. Is it July 4th? Yeah, it'll be July 4th, won't it? So yeah, but based off the fact that we have NFP later in the week, whether Monday has no news or not, to me it's still a good day to trade. Because we have that high impact news driver later in the week, like the big high impact news driver, NFP. if not for NFP, then if we just had like basic kind of regular news week, then yeah, I wouldn't be jumping to trade on Monday, but momentum incoming. Oh, Chris, please do. I will absolutely be your first customer for trading live stream music. See, right now we have a 15-minute fair value gap as well, so this big green box that I'm about to highlight, there we go. This big green box is a 15-minute fair value gap. It's anchored to that low. And it's extended way too far to the right. Let's move it to like 11. This one can get gone. I need to like close my... Let me try this. I'm just messing about with my other... Save and close. I'm just messing about with my other screen. Okay, now it's synced up. Now my 15-minute chart is synced up. This sell side liquidity can get. My charts are getting too messy already. Let's get rid of that sell side. Nice reaction on first presented again, right at the midpoint. Fabio! Oh, it's good to see you, Fabio. Juso trades, I do, but I literally just made the Insta for. I have obviously my personal Insta, but I've just made an Insta for this channel, and that the Insta is. Let me make sure that I have the right username for it, and then I'll just type it in the chat. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. So my Insta is the Kai Capital. But I literally have no followers on the Insta just yet, because it's brand new. But I would appreciate a follow, obviously. I'm just going to be reposting. I'm going to use it to do kind of more behind the scenes stuff when I get into the habit of doing that. And I will also just repost my my short reels on there, just as an added social media funnel. Your room looks sick. How is it back home? Yeah, it's weird being back home, Fabio. Very weird. Yeah, I've got my little trading den at home, so it's nice. It's so nice to be back here. As far as like the trading den goes, and then obviously seeing friends, seeing family. And yeah, just trying to get back into some sort of a routine after traveling. I only just got over the jet lag from traveling all the way back from Bali. Today is the first day that I feel near enough back to 100%, but the first couple of days were rough. I was waking up at like 2-3 in the morning every night and feeling tired by like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and just forcing caffeine into my body to keep me alert. Okay, looks like we're breaking above first presented now, potentially. Because I wouldn't want to see it come this high up if it wasn't going to break it. But it could obviously just be subordinate to the higher time frame, tap into this 15-minute, and then go lower. Like we'll see. I'd expect it to react off the midpoint of this 15-minute and then go lower. Any higher than that, and especially a close above first presented, that makes me think we're now going up. I followed you, talk soon. Okay, yeah, absolutely, Juso. I have no idea if I'm saying your name right either. Juso? I'm assuming the J is silent, so let's say Juso. Good to see you, Drew. Oh, yeah, I dropped it just up there, Fabio. Just above your comment, the Kai Capital. Okay, yeah, see, close above, first presented. Let's pay attention to the charts now, since this is a trading live stream. That's the reaction from the midpoint of that 15-minute, but do we... I'm not saying we stop and turn around there, because now we have close above first presented, and now we're tapping back into it, so... Oh god, something's in my throat. I'm dying. Need a water. I forgot how much talking dries my throat out. Oh yeah, Chad got stopped. Damn. Unfortunate, Chad. But I mean, you said that it rebuilds in what, 2 days, so not a bad stop out that you need to be really concerned about. You likely obviously full ported it due to that, so, and you'll get the account back in 2 days, so I wouldn't worry too much about that, Chad. But yeah, see you tomorrow. Absolutely. Yeah, the jet lag was rough, Fabio. It was rough. Grind even more now. I love that you started streaming. Yeah, I literally couldn't wait to get back to the UK just to start streaming. It was so hard to do in Bali. I was thinking about doing it in Bali, but it just didn't really make sense. 1, time zone. 2, just having an actual good setup to do quality streams. Was not as realistic. Let's just focus on this for a second. I want to see, do we react off the midpoint of this and then send us higher? Or, like I said, it's reacted off the 15-minute here. And then now we're maybe breaking back below first presented. So it's kind of like come up just a little bit over the first presented, reacted off of that higher time frame level, and then maybe break back below first presented, retap, send us lower. They're the 2 things that I'm thinking right now. And the music has stopped once again. Now it started. Yeah, as soon as I get back into a routine, I'm still trying to get into that kind of routine, Fabio, so. But once I am, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. As far as the 15-minute chart goes, since the 15-minute chart is kind of like what I'll focus on for higher time, as far as like intraday, higher time frame bias, we don't really have much to target, to be honest, apart from that new week opening gap that we formed overnight, which, like I said, hasn't been tapped into at all since we formed it. We literally opened and ran higher. So potentially could reach lower into that. I don't know if it would. I don't know if I would expect that, but if it did happen, then that's where I'd expect it to stop and go higher. Yeah. So 15 as far as, like, let me pull it up on the actual streaming screen. This new week opening gap down here is what I'm talking about. Wouldn't really maybe expect it to go much lower than that. If we do get downwards continuation from here, that's kind of like a bounce point I would look for. To then continue ripping through all-time highs, as it will normally do. "24 viewers, goddamn. Oh, 24 views. That was way more than I was expecting. I was expecting like 5 people to show up to this live stream from the Discord. Okay, yeah, so now we're getting that downwards displacement. Do we close back below first presented? come up, retest, and can continue lower. What's the 15-second chart looking like? Would be tempted to maybe take another trade, depending on how good it looked. I don't really have, like I said, I don't really have a draw though, so other than low of day, which should be down here, let's get rid of that sell side liquidity there because that's not apparent anymore. What do we have? We have low of day, we have Friday's first presented fair value gap, we have new week opening gap, we have opening range gap low, we have opening range gap lower quadrant, that'll be somewhere in here. About there, which lines up quite nicely almost with Friday's first presented PM fair value gap. There's the close below first presented. And if you want to be an order block person, there's your change in the state of delivery right there. I don't like this song. Even though I'm bopping my head to it, I don't like it. Oh, there is, Fabio. There is. I don't know about small channel competition, but as far as there are some big trading streamers. They just won't be on your your For You page. I was trying to think of YouTube recommended. That's what I was trying to come up with. But yeah, there are a few big guys and girls. But there's no reason to say that I can't carve out my own little community. But hopefully I'll grow pretty fast, yeah, because I think trading live streams are a pretty good way to grow a channel, because anyone can talk about trading in hindsight and go over old moves. It's a whole different ballgame to actually just voice your opinion on a live stream, let alone voice your opinion and then actually trade it. It's a whole other ball game. Like, it literally could make or break someone as a trader. It's a really difficult thing psychologically to voice your opinion about something that you obviously have no idea whether it will actually do it or not. And then, like, the ego boost that you'll get if you're right and the kind of shame or embarrassment you'll get if you're wrong. You have to kind of deal with all that stuff whilst dealing with the normal thing of trading. Trading's a psychological game in itself, let alone trading in front of God knows how many people. The big streamers will get thousands of people, so yeah, major psychological game. I'm just going to swipe across to my 15-second chart on here to see if something looks, because this does look nice very short, but we have those equal lows there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw, because I've already had my trade for the day, but I am just going to throw one micro on this just for kind of like experimenting. I'll tell you when I'm filled, because this is kind of the same sort of setup that I've just gone for, but okay, it's now displacing away. The setup looks something like, what's that fill? 2825. Looks something like this. And the music stopped again. How awkward. Really need to figure out that whole okay, I'm gonna move that a little bit lower. This whole music thing, because I feel like music will just helps a live stream so much, because it's way better than me just being sat here in silence. Please wait. Recording with my phone? No, this is all on my laptop, and across 3 monitors. But now my Wi-Fi seems to have dropped, so I don't know if the stream has actually dropped as well. Just let me know in the chat. Can you boys still hear me? Because my music is messing up and it's not letting me reload the audio library, so I don't know if the stream has dropped off or not. Music drama is too good. Yeah, I'm gonna try and figure out if I can autoplay it, because it is getting a bit annoying having to click on and off it.
Order filled.
What do you mean order filled? Ain't no order filled. Okay, it's reloaded now. I'm assuming the stream. I haven't checked the chat yet, but I'm assuming the stream didn't drop. I don't know what she's on about. I think she says that's so delayed. I think she said that from my take profit getting hit like 40 minutes ago. Okay, well, we might actually get filled now.
Order filled.
Yeah. That's the little micro, literally risking like $30 on that trade. Already made it like 150 on the eval. Targeting the low of day. It's like a 1 to 2. And let me get the music back on. Assuming I'm still live, I still haven't checked the chat, which is pretty stupid. Apply and apply. There we go. All good. Okay, thank you. Let me just drag my Bullnox account over here so you can see the 15-second chart. So literally 1 micro, because I've already kind of had the main trade of the day. I'm just kind of messing around with the model now to see if I can catch this, but it's what is it, brush. We had this is kind of like a 2022 model. We have the low. First presented fair value gap was up here somewhere. Came into it, displaced away, and then we have this fair value gap here, and I entered off this lower one here with a stop loss at the high. So that's a lot of lines and drawings, but hopefully you get the idea. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. We also have that 1 minute fair value gap there, which is nice. Nice added confluence. Every time I bring my Project X back across from putting it on the streaming monitor, like drag it across the screens and then bring it back, every time I do it, it just like messes with the quality when I bring it back. Weird. That music seems a little bit loud. Yeah, it's because it's maxed out, that's why. Yeah, I'll see how this little micro trade goes, and then I'll end the stream there. Been a pretty successful stream, I'd say, for the first stream back. I mean, we won. We made money. What more can you ask for? Not a lot, but definitely learn. I think like I've definitely kind of slowly but surely solidifying the kind of whole model I want to do with this Bullnox account, and what'll probably be the main model for me trading on these live streams. Yeah. So pretty successful stream in my eyes. And we got a good turnout as well. So Even better. Yeah, you need to get to sleep, Fabio. God damn. What time is it in Bali now? It must be... It'll be 10:30 at night, yeah. Yeah, have a good one. You too. Might join some streams in the future, even though I'm not... Yeah, appreciate it, Fabio. Appreciate it. We'll teach you one step at a time. Slowly teach you to day trade. Any of you boys in the Discord, they're in here. Fabio is, sorry, we just spiked up there. I was just watching that. Fabio is, the guy whose video I shared in the Discord, who I met out in Bali. So, feel free if you are in here and you want to see kind of travel content. And he's going to be in Bali for a while, so a lot of like Bali lifestyle stuff I'm assuming he's going to be posting. Yeah, go drop him a sub. Don't drop me a sub, I don't deserve it. Sub to Fabio. Nice how the bodies are staying like below this whole fair value gap. That kind of makes me confident that we're going to have lower prices. He says, as price spikes up through the fair value gap. So let's see how this body closes. Okay, price really said no. My stop loss is at this high up here, by the way, but it's literally 1 micro, so don't care about this trade. Win or lose. This is just kind of experimenting with the model. There is a 15-second fair value gap in this kind of leg down that it just bounced off. So that's kind of like, if we break through that, then it's going to lose, or it's going to reverse from here. Looks like it's going to break through it though, and go back into consolidation, which is fine. Yeah, it disrespected that 15-second, so probably going to lose. Yeah, there we go, filled. Lost, what? I didn't even lose $30. It filled me sooner. I think I lost $25 on that, so still up $120 on the day. But that makes sense. Like I said, there wasn't as strong of a draw for that trade, which is why I took it with 1 micro, just to kind of test the waters. Very little risk, and yeah, so that second trade that I took today, obviously best trade of the day for one. We had those relative equal lows in there as well. They got swept, and then now it's okay. That makes sense why it might want to reverse now. Didn't want to go for the low of the day and continue low. I just wanted to knock out those relative equal lows that it formed right after it formed them, and then yeah, this is just consolidating now, really, innit? Maybe continue higher eventually, whether it wants to do it now or just going to go into consolidation. We are at 10:30, so I am going to go ahead and finish up the stream. If you did enjoy it and enjoyed watching me fucking fumble about whilst trying to day trade, then I would obviously appreciate a like and subscribe, and then all the links in the Discord for the Discord and the firms that the firm I am trading with, Top Step, isn't in the description just because I don't have an affiliate code with them. But the other firms that I trade with or recommend, because I have people in my Discord that trade with them and I support those firms, are in there as well. But yeah, that's going to be all for today as far as the live stream goes. There's not much I really want to sit around here and talk about price if it's just going to go sideways. But yeah, we had a productive stream today, I would definitely say. I don't know if we'll be back tomorrow, just because Fed Chair Powell's speaking tomorrow. So, I mean, I won't be trading, but I could always come and just hang out, I suppose. Nothing wrong with just coming in and hanging out. Got high right after it touches previous day's high, I guess. Thanks for the live stream, take care. Got high right after it touches previous day's high. What was previous days? Ah, yeah, that makes sense. I do sometimes have them marked out, I just didn't today. But yeah, literally consolidating around previous day's high. And just, yeah, doing all that fun stuff. Great stream. Oh, I appreciate it, Tomkey. Appreciate it. Yeah, hope you boys enjoyed. I'm going to go and hang out for the rest of the day, or chill out, I should say. But I'll be back again tomorrow. We'll be back again. But likely won't see any trades tomorrow. Just kind of a hangout, watch price mess around with as Fed Chair Powell yaps. But yeah, hope you boys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you tomorrow.